And of course, I drop it in, I explain the situation. She calls me back in a couple of hours and she says, yeah, it's your CV axle. Here's what it does, blah, 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 blah. $394. Oh, man, $394. So now I'm out $394. I'm out. That's a great one too. We use that when we have to pay for something that we didn't really want to pay for, or to let someone know how much money we have spent on something. So, because of the CV axle going in my car, I'm now out $394. I'm down $394. That's how much it cost to get the car repaired and back on the road. If you have a car accident, you're going to be out a lot of money. If you break something and you have to pay it back, you're out whatever that is. We wouldn't really use it for a restaurant. We wouldn't really use it for purchases for pleasure or for recreational purposes. We would use it for a deal that doesn't go well, an investment that doesn't turn out the way you wanted. Imagine you invested in Chartbusters. Imagine you put all your money in Chartbusters and now it's worth absolutely nothing. You could say, well, I'm out 10 grand. I made a poor investment, for instance. To be honest, if you've 10 grand to just play around with, it doesn't really matter. People who go to Vegas or go gambling, they'll be out money very quickly. Or they'll be down very quickly. Yeah, it's usually down or up for gambling. So out when you lose money because a car, for instance, oh, I'm out $395. Down for when you lose money in gambling, or up when you win money in gambling. And you know, there's some people who, gambling is a terrible thing. It's like a really, really, really addictive thing. And there's people who say, well, in my entire life, I'm still up $5,000. You're just thinking, my God, how long have you been gambling? And people just lose the run of themselves in casinos and suddenly they're down 20 grand or something. Whoa. Gambling scares me, to be honest, how much people can lose. And anytime I've been to Vegas or in a casino, always just take a look around and you'll see some very sad sights. But back to the car, because it is a catch up with Ronan. And when I do these podcasts, there's always an issue with my car. So the CV axle went, I'm out $395. And the crazy thing is, she showed me what it was. And the CV axle, there was a tiny, and I mean absolute tiny crack in a ring, in a steel ring that was wrapped around something. And I'm talking like a tiny wee crack. But that tiny wee crack is responsible for me being out $395. That tiny crack was responsible for the brakes not working, the four-wheel drive not working, for the ABS going in my car. It is crazy.